Let's get going and start this event with Richard Strollo, the Vice President of Supply Chain for LBC Express and one of the most senior people in the supply chain industry in Asia. He was previously country head in Taiwan, Korea, Malaysia, and other countries for big organizations like DHL, Airborne Express, Agility, and on. But he returned to Philippines to be part of this nation's growth in online selling, e-commerce, and his area of supply chain and logistics. So a special guest and a heck of a nice fellow. Please welcome Richard Strollo of LBC Express.
Thank you very much, Richard, for that amazingly warm welcome. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like to welcome you, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to this year's Asia eComm Forum 2022. So we have a very, very strong host list of speakers ranging from small and medium enterprise up through major MNC organizations to offer their insights on e-commerce and, more importantly, how e-commerce has evolved over the last 2 years and how e-commerce customers and companies can bring more value to consumers. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome everybody this morning and hope you have a very good session and keep it interactive. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you too, Richard. And I know I'd like to ask you a couple of questions though, Richard. You know, I've been hearing about you guys at LBC. Some of the e-commerce companies are saying that you guys are very good at delivering things to crazy addresses, because sometimes you're delivering things to remote areas and getting payment. Now, how that seems like very difficult, and it's always has been the big challenge. How is that done? Is there some kind of special training you give to your people, or what's the process, Richard?
Well, I think, yeah, thank you for that, Richard. We do actually, of course, we have 1,600 branches nationwide and a workforce of over 10,000 by now, right? So we do have definitely the advantage of the national reach in terms of geography. But when we do cover all the outlying areas as well in the provinces. I think, well, we have very robust processes in place. So we have the training of the teams and a lot of our shipments, again, if we talk about e-commerce, they tend to be cash on delivery, right? So it's quite easy to basically deliver the package and gain the cash back to make sure the process flows smoothly.
I guess. I mean, I don't know, you make it sound easy, but I think with 10,000 people that make it harder, because I think sometimes the money would disappear if you, anyway. Hey, you guys know what you're doing. Now, Richard, you see a big opportunity in e-commerce. And I know when we've talked, you talk about it as a big, is Philippines, because of its young population and all this, is this the big force behind it, do you think? Or are there other factors at play?
Yeah, good question. I think primarily that's it. I think with the Philippines, the general population, I think the average age is young, right? So I think there's a drive for that. I think, as we know, a lot of the e-commerce platforms are social media, so there's a lot of interconnectivity that way. So I think those are two of the drivers. And I think we talk again, although we probably prefer not to, about the effect of COVID, right? So the COVID experience, the lockdowns, and really globally has accelerated this whole e-commerce process where it becomes a necessity, as opposed to a luxury. So I think those are kind of the driving forces behind it.
Okay, Richard. Well, really glad to have you back in Philippines. I was pleased when I was reading your background. When we first met, I thought, holy smokes, this guy, could be anywhere. And but he really believes in the opportunity here. Having a Filipino wife maybe had something to do with it too, but still, really glad to have you. So thanks again, Richard. Really glad to have you part of the event as always.
Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate it. Anytime. Thank you.